Hello everyone, Bill Molyneux here for Bill's Wargame World in Baltimore, Maryland, this October 6, 2025. As you can see, the basement is just about empty. I got the James Bond poster to take down. That's it for wargaming stuff. And we're going to do some work on our Germans and the gun crews. The 37mm gun is there. Our Pak 40, both printed by Josh Warliff. WC leather@yahoo.com. All right, quick plug for the Goober calendar. It supports Toys for Tots and the Old Stone Fort in Schoharie, New York. $8 for museums, $12 for regular people. I really appreciate if you consider ordering one. We were able to reduce the price. I had to put out a little extra money for printing, for a guarantee. So, I really appreciate if you order the calendar. And just go to Blue Panther Printing, Blue Panther Games, really easy to find, and right there is the Goober calendar. All right, let's work on some figures. Oh, someone asked how things came along for our tanks, and there they are. And they're good enough for now. So now let's work on some figures. All right, there's a bit of a close-up for this Pak 40. If you remember, I used cardboard and not basswood, and it did bend up a little bit with the glue for the flocking, and then I was able to weight it down, and as you can see, it's now pretty level. And then if I want to, I can put some lichen around it, around the edges too. All right, we're going to set this off to the side somewhere, and we'll get out our Germans here. We got some paint brushes. There we go. So I think the plan is Operation Market Garden, 30 core breakout, and really hoping that after the Little Bighorn game, we'll have a good game for Operation Market Garden. Now that's going to take me a heck of a long time to set up. So it'll probably be a week or two setup time. And then we'll also have it'll probably go right through to Christmas. Now, what's coming up in the world for Bill's Wargame World? All right, well, this weekend, I hope to get the Wargame Bill's Bunker Boathouse done and everything put away so I can start wargaming the Battle of Little Bighorn. Now, the Chuckleheads and I, and Goober the Traveling Bear, we're heading to Tim's house for the gigantic Gettysburg game. Now, if you saw the video, Tim ran a game for us all, and it was fantastic. I think he had 15 to 16 players, and we had a great time. And we did the first day of Gettysburg. Well, now he's going to do the second day at Gettysburg in 28mm. For this video, I think what we'll do is just an introduction of the video of the game, and then I'll do a lunch break video, and then I'll follow up with the ending. So that's the plan. That's the plan for that. So hopefully we'll have a great time. I'm not sure, but I even think Derek is going. So that's what's happening on October 18th. Now, October 17th, I'm going to stay at Walt's house, kind enough to let me crash at his house, so I don't have to drive so much. And I'm pretty sure that we'll probably play a game of some type, or do something in the world of wargaming. And I have to wait till I see him, of course. I'm painting our Germans just some black on their boots. I got my bug glasses on, as I call them. And so what I'm doing here is just trying to get, now it's really almost impossible for me to paint the belts. I can't do that very well. So um, I don't know. I might ask Lisa to help me. So we got a little bit of color on, but we're going to attempt to do the waist belt. Here we go. So, man, I wish Bruce in New Jersey lived next door, because I hear he's a pretty darn good painter. Or Jim Shaw. Boy, it would be great to have Jim Shaw live next door. Just drop off figures every day. It's very fortunate to have friendship with Josh and Jim. So, well, we got a little bit of black on him. And these, the canteen and sack, be more of a beige. But we're just going to go ahead and set him to the side. And we'll see about doing another figure. And the so I hope Operation Market Garden generates some good views for the for our site, or whatever. What we're supporting right now is the trying to paint and talk at the same time, is Wade Sokolowski and the Blue and Gray Education Society. I almost drew a blank for a moment there, everyone. Um, so that's what going on with this video, is supporting that. And then in January, it will be matched. And oh, there, we got some boots on them at least. My eyes are already getting sore, believe it or not. But boots are pretty detailed. I know they're not for many of you. I might switch lenses. Maybe it's my lenses. I need a different lens. He's got a gas canister too. All right. So Operation Market Garden. How do I play that solitaire? I have the rapid fire scenario book with a great order of battle for both sides on a 14-foot table. Actually, it'll be almost 16 feet. And then how do I not know where the Germans are? I was thinking I could do little cards for all the different units, along with a half a dozen blanks. And when a British unit gets in a certain range, I'll flip the card, and then it would be anything from a German 88 to nothing to a squad of infantry. So that's one of my ideas. Dave M., what do you think? Would that work? Jack Brendel in Arizona, they always come up with great ideas too. And I didn't paint the belt on him. I've decided I don't think my eyes can handle the belt painting right now. You know who's a good painter? I never talk about it. Is Kevin, Colonel Handsome of the Chuckleheads. So he painted all my pirates for me. So we got another boot done. So what's everyone, my viewers in America on the East Coast, I presume you're coming to the Fall In Wargame Convention, November 5th through whatever, 7th, 6th weekend with at Fall In Lancaster, Pennsylvania, at the Wyndham. I'm hoping to make some good videos. Going to interview Joe, who does the Game Master Awards. I'm going to interview him because he's making some giant hills. And I've had people ask me about hills and how to transport them and how to make them. So I think that'll make a good video. What do you all think? So that's the plan for that. I don't know. I'm going to pause the camera here. Well, yeah, the idea will be to video and get an interview with Joe and how he makes his hills. And I know there's tons of videos out there, but you never know. There might be something he's doing different. I know some people that use some styrofoams, which are really crumbly, and about using hodgepodge on them to keep them from crackling and breaking. So that's also something we might talk about. And I don't know, it's supposed to be a mixture of polyurethane and like Elmer's glue. You put it over styrofoam and it makes it hard, and you can paint on it better too. It doesn't absorb all the paint. So our Jim Shaw would have these painted by now. He is such a good painter. So Operation Market Garden. I have everything but the Sherman tank with a bulldozer, which is easily made with a couple sticks and a piece of cardboard. So I think that would be perfect. And the and it's funny because the Gettysburg area gamers, about 2005 or 6, yeah, that long ago, we did a game of the 30 core breakout, and Josh at the time listened to his fellow commanders and told him to take his 6 Bren carriers, which were the scout vehicles, up this road. And as he proceeded, he got smacked. And I think all his Bren carriers were smoking wrecks along the road. So the fellows with the Shermans didn't want to risk going up until they found out where everything was. And yeah, Josh exposed it all, but also lost all his Bren carriers, if I remember right. Now, Josh, you watch this video, leave a comment if I was correct on this story. I think I even have a picture of it. So, there we go. Now, I know that a few people will actually paint their figures and listen to me chit-chat. And that's pretty cool. You know, I'm really quite amazed. Boy, you know, when I watch some of these other YouTube channels, you know, Little Wars and Mark's Game Room and so forth, putting out such high quality movie level, you know, videos, and quite amazing when you think about it. And it takes an enormous amount of time because they're doing lots of edits, all kinds of stuff. So where – you know, I make a video and upload it, and and just hope I get 100 views or more. You know, now if I have the chuckleheads, I'll get a couple thousand, or if I'm at the Gettysburg Miniature Shop or Ligonier, I'll get a lot more. And Mr. John's Gettysburg Miniature Shop video, the one I just did 3 months ago, that's almost at 90,000 views now. Pretty cool for just a guy with a stuffed bear and a camera. But and I'm thinking Lisa will be staying at the Virginia house this next week while I stay at the house here in Baltimore, making sure the contractors are putting things ready for it to be sold. So, and then I'm thinking I'm going to do a video of a couple board games, and I know that this is more of a miniature channel for all things considered, but I think a Battle of Issan Luana, even though I have my own Issan Luana game I published on through Blue Panther, you know, the Horns of the Buffalo, I have one by White Dog Games, and they fell like stones. And I think that would make a good video. So let me know your thoughts about that. Oh, you know, my ideas go all across the board here. For those of you still watching and not bailed, what do you all think about when I start ripping the boathouse, Bill's bunker boathouse apart and setting everything up? Do you want me to put on the camera, or would that be just a waste of memory on the, or do you think someone would watch me trying to organize all those figures? You know, I could have a mic on and try not to swear as I'm lifting things and trying to put things together or whatever. Just an idea. I can't wait to be retired in April. Oh, I may have to retire March 31st. The wicked weird rule for our pension, you get the pension the month after your last day at work, the next month. Well, if I retire April 3rd, I don't get my check until May 1st. But if I retire March 31st, I'll actually get a check April 1st. Isn't that weird? I mean, it truly is odd. But so just throwing some black on here, and I don't know the how much painting I really need to do on these. These are never going to probably leave the boathouse, come to think of it. Oh, but we'll dip them in wash, and we'll paint the canteens and the haversack bags and the shells, and boy, now this is a really cool figure. He's got a cigarette. He's got a cigarette in his mouth. Somehow I got to paint that white, and so Josh's 3D printing is incredible, inconceivable. So Operation Market Garden, and there won't be any hills in that. It's scenario has it just being all flat as a pancake. So that'll be an interesting thing to do it in 54. The table is supposed to be 7.5 feet by 5. So I'm going to go 16 feet by 6. And then my extra room I have, because my table is 20 feet long, that's where I'll set up all my British troops that come on the table. So that would be really easy to deal with them that way. So they'll already be on the table, and I just release them into the battle area. Now, the detail on these 3D printed figures, the actual boot has the spikes on it. I can't believe it. That's how much detail is on these. I'm wondering over time if 3D printing is going to take over along with the laser cut two-dimensional figures. But I do wonder if they're going to take over. So let's pause our camera here. Okay, and once again, we used hand sanitizer to clean our brush. It works great, really quick. Now, we're going to do a little bit of brown. We're going to get a couple of these rifles painted. All right. So, if anyone lives in Matthews, Gloucester, Virginia, that's where the boathouse is. So, I know that I'm in the middle of nowhere. James Curtis is probably the closest wargamer in the Old Dominion wargaming group. So, maybe if I buy James Curtis dinner, he'll come and wargame once in a while with me. And I don't know, maybe the chuckleheads would come down. Hard to tell. So we're painting our rifle. And this is a real pain. But I like to have a little bit of paint on these. And just I think once I get some silver on the barrel, and it'll be looking pretty good. And then also I paint some of the canteens and haversack on this guy. I'm going to run black paint across this belt and cartridge box, but doing that much detail I think will hurt my eyes more. I also changed my bug glasses, by the way. I'm using a stronger lens, and I think that's working a little bit better. So, but what's the biggest epic war game you've ever played in? 2009, the Gettysburg area gamers and I, we did a gigantic Stalingrad game. The thing was huge. It was 30 feet long. No, but I'm not doing epic games anymore. Fallen, where Derek and I, or mostly Derek, and I'm just helping. We're doing a Cowboys Indian type game. Now, it looks like I got all the brown painted on the figures that are carrying rifles. Okay. Well, I gotta let my eyes rest. I also am gonna look up to make sure what color to paint the tip of our shell, and if this is supposed to be black or an olive green. I think someone said a off silver, but not brass. So that's where I'm at now. Maybe I'll just do brass. And I guess I did need to do the stock here. There we go. We'll just zap this really quick. So I chit-chat a lot about all kinds of stuff. Really appreciate everyone that watches the channel. And I know I don't have a lot of views lately. To help with the Blue and Gray Education Society. And, we raised $1,000 just about for Braddock's Battlefield History Center. So I'm hoping to at least get close to that for them. and I have until December. Oh, we're going to say I'm going to clean up my paintbrush, and then I'm going to go do some chores for Lisa. And I'm going to say stay safe, be kind, be courteous, and be true to your school. And the next few weeks, we'll have some really good videos for y'all. Bye-bye.